Hey, busy families, we know life gets hectic and sometimes you need a quick, no-fuss treat without turning on the oven.
We are going to be making easy no-bake cookies. These are a crowd pleaser. They've got chocolate and peanut butter in them. They are perfect for making a quick dessert, a quick after-school snack treat, or just something fun to do with the kids.
Now, there's tons of videos online. Usually they're short and you don't remember if you got all the steps or you missed an ingredient or something like that, or what the measurement was. Don't worry, we're gonna take you step by step all the way through it, but we're gonna watch one of those together.
So let's watch that video now. Okay, so we're gonna get started. I'm not gonna worry about telling you the measurements. We're gonna put all those in the description for you to get. So we're gonna put in some butter. We're gonna put in some milk. We're gonna put in some sugar. And some cocoa powder.
Any special cocoa powder, or is it all the same? What have you found out, like, as you...
It depends on your preferences. I usually like to go for a darker cocoa powder. So, and we're just gonna let this butter melt.
But all in all, no big difference, right?
Nope.
What do you got the stove on? Like medium?
Yeah, it's on a medium. We want to get this butter melted.
Okay, we're getting close to where it's boiling. When it starts boiling, we have to set a timer. How long is the timer, Ken?
Just 1 minute. You're going to have it boil, but we want it to be a good rolling boil, not just where it's bubbling around the edges, which is where it will start to boil. We want to make sure it's boiling all the way in the middle. So we're just going to keep stirring here.
So you, at this point, when it's boiling, you shouldn't feel any sugar granules yet, right? Or are there still...
You can still feel a few kind of around the sides, but by the time it boils, all that sugar should be dissolved.
So once it hits a rolling boil, we're going to go for 1 minute, right?
Yep.
Now, what we've sort of found is that if you overcook them, they turn out dry. They don't get ruined, but they just turn out a little more dry and crumbly. If you undercook them, they never set up and they're mushy. So, you know, when you're just, the first time you make these, you might not get them exactly right, but they're not ruined. Like, everyone will still eat them, you know.
So if you make them and they're a little bit too chewy and not set up, just add 15 seconds onto your minute. If you find that they were a little bit too dry for you, then you're going to go ahead and take off 15 seconds. This is starting to boil. See how it's boiling in the middle? I'm going to start my timer. And just let it boil. I'm not even going to stir. We're just going to let it do its thing. And as soon as that timer goes off, we're going to remove it from the heat.
And then what? We're
going to go add in the dry ingredients. And the only wet ingredient that's not in here is the vanilla. And we'll add that afterwards as well. It's about 30 more seconds. We're halfway there. Okay. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to turn that off, cancel my timer. We're going to go straight from the heat over to the counter. I'm going to stir this. The only thing I don't have pre-measured is my vanilla, so we're going to grab that and put that in, just a teaspoon. And then we're going to add in our oats. And our peanut butter. just going to mix this in. So it's nice and hot, so that peanut butter is going to start melting in.
So what does this feel like right now? Is it hard to stir?
It's not super hard to stir. It's a little bit thick with the oatmeal, but that's okay.
How do you make sure that you get all the dry oatmeal covered? I
just keep moving it around.
You just don't want to see any white anymore, right?
And you can see there's no sign of that peanut butter, but oh, it smells heavenly.
So when you're doing this, how fast do you have to work to make the cookies and put them on the...
Not super fast. It's going to take a while to cool. If you're impatient and you wanted them to set up faster, you could stick them in the fridge or even in the freezer. But you can see it's still pretty soft. It's going to take a half hour or so to set up just on the counter.
But I mean, is this too loose right now to start making the cookie balls?
It depends on how flat you want your cookies.
Oh, so you're saying if you put them on the cookie sheet early, they're going to flatten out more.
Yep.
If you wait till they set up a little bit, they're
So I have my cookie scoop. If we take my cookie scoop and put one on right now, it's going to start spreading out.
So you don't push them down, right?
Nope, you don't need to push them down. They're gonna flatten themselves out because they're still a little liquidy.
Can I eat one right now?
You could. It might burn your tongue.
Super easy.
Super easy.
So my brother used to make these when my mom wasn't around, because it wasn't like making regular cookies. You know, he didn't have to get out the mixer and everything. These were cookies he could make. So my older brother would make these. He was kind of addicted to them and would make them a lot. He played with putting more or less peanut butter in them. I don't remember how they turned out because, when you're 8 years old, a cookie is a cookie. So you don't really pay much attention. I wonder, Candy, how do you think this would turn out if someone like experimented and put something like coconut or something in it?
I think they would probably turn out just fine. If you added too many things, they might not set up very well. That you got to have enough liquid in there to take care of them as well. And if you added, say, more peanut butter or something, you might need to make some adjustments in the oatmeal.
It asked for creamy peanut butter. What if you used crunchy peanut butter?
That would be totally fine. If you liked the crunch of that, it would be just fine. I probably would add about an extra quarter of a cup of peanut butter if you use chunky, because the creamy part will melt and then it will offset the chunky of the nuts. And you can see how many this makes. It's going quite the distance. Oops, I'm getting sloppy.
I love those parts. That's the parts I can eat. Okay, so you say about a half hour these will set up?
Yep.
All right, and
then we'll be back and taste test them, see how...
This is the best part. While you're waiting for them to set up, you get to eat whatever's stuck on the spoon. That's why Candy doesn't let me put the cookie balls on the thing, because usually like a lot is left stuck on here when I do it. On purpose. Okay, these set up pretty fast. It was less than a half an hour.
It was less than a half an hour before they were set up.
It's the moment of truth. They're a little bit soft still, but that's how I like them.
Okay.
So, there's the
Go
moment of truth. Super good. You gonna try it?
Yes.
Sawyer, let's see. Let's get a kid's opinion.
Got one of our kids to come tell us what he thinks.
Yeah?
Try one.
Right here.
Oh, you don't get a whole one. Just.
That's good. I like it.
Are you gonna steal them when we're not looking?
Maybe.
Okay, so on the grand or bland scale, easiness factor has to be put in.
They're super easy. They've got a big punch with the peanut butter and chocolate. The oatmeal gives it some chewiness so they don't just feel empty.
These are grand. They're not bland.
Yeah.
These are 2 thumbs up. Super grand. Yeah.
Okay.